This particular installation was a special case because of the cold temperatures. The job site was 38 degrees and the material was stored at 38 degrees for 3 days. These low temperatures were sure to present some flow issues, making the material difficult to spread and place rapidly. This also meant that in order to be able to walk on it the next day, we needed to accelerate the cure with as much accelerator as possible. We used 5 ounces and we're still leaving some spike marks with spike shoes after 13 hours. In hindsight, we could have used more accelerator so that the floor would cure sooner than it did. The crew had plenty of guys for the job. They had a mixing station where they pre-pigmented the UC-A5s with pigment and also added the 5 ounces accelerator to the UC-A5 as well. They also had all their bags pre-cut so that mixes could be made in a 6-gallon pail back to back unless the crew gave the signal to slow down. They had 2 guys mixing and then 2 guys taking turns running mixes back and forth. One guy on a 1/4-inch cam rake spreading the material as soon as it was poured. And as you can see, the material is very thick compared to what it is at normal temperatures. One person using a smoothie trowel to smooth the cam rake lines. Two guys were on hand trowels placing material along edges and hard to reach places. And lastly, they had 2 guys on spike and loop rollers attempting to get the liquids to the surface for a smooth finish and to break any air bubbles within the mortar. Unfortunately, because it was so cold, there was so little flow, resulting in spike and loop roller stipple. Normally, an approved solvent would help flow, however there was no time to spare. The team needed to get back on the floor as soon as possible, and a solvent would slow the reaction even more. In this case, about 10 to 12 minutes after the floor was rolled, one guy would broadcast quartz sand into the floor. A temporary 1/4-inch foam joint was placed so that material could be troweled against it. Then when the adjacent section was ready to be placed, the foam was removed and material was troweled against the opposite edge, creating a straight, neat seam.